The readings today are all very consistent with one another, and they're consistent with the theme that was established for us even in our entrance hymn, as if you've ever noticed, we really try to do. Everything is tied together, our songs, our psalms, the readings, and hopefully even the homilies. The third verse today of the entrance hymn, "For we with bold familiar phrase confess that you are Lord. You ask for lives whose faithfulness supports our spoken word." Don't ever ask God questions if you don't want to know the answers. And if you hear the answers, don't ever ask him for clarification if you really don't want to hear those. You know, the scriptures, as I said today, are all talking about serving our brothers and sisters, serving others in need. In the gospel, somebody comes up to Jesus and says, "What do I need to do to inherit everlasting life?" Well, you know the commandments. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your strength, all your soul. Love your neighbor as yourself. Yes, I know those, and I live those. Well, good. Then you got it made. And then it goes on, he says, "And wishing to justify himself," oh, no, don't ever do that to God. Wishing to justify himself, he said, "And who is my neighbor?" Because I got to make sure that I help out the people that I'm supposed to help out, is the implication of that question. But I also have to make sure that I don't have to help out those people I don't like. I got a whole list of them too. You know, I got to make sure that the lists are right. Who is my neighbor? And Jesus tells the story. And as the story unravels of the Good Samaritan, he says, well, who did God's will? The Samaritan? He knows that that's the right answer, but he doesn't even want to say it because the Samaritans are enemies. Jesus, in effect, is giving credit to an enemy, one of the people on this guy's list. I don't want to help them. But the Samaritan is the only one who stepped up, and who not only stepped up, but who went over and above. Now, we all know that we're supposed to help people in need. And we can really applaud him for what he did. But our minds are blown when we realize how much more he did. Because not only did he help this person who was left lying for dead on the road, not only did he minister to him and minister to his wounds, but he packed him up on his animal, took him to an inn, gave the innkeeper some very precious coins, not riffraff stuff. Didn't say, "And he gave the innkeeper a widow's mite." No, he gave him some silver coins. We're talking lots of money, even in today's inflated rates. Gave him a lot of money and said, "Here, take care of this man with this." Because he wanted to make sure that the man would be taken care of. He didn't want to come back later and ask the innkeeper, "So what happened to him?" "Well, you know, I ran out of money, so I threw him out. I don't know what happened to him." So he said, "Take care of him, and when I come back, if I owe you even more, I will pay you." So there was even a promise there, so he could make sure that that man would continue to be cared for. So when Jesus asked the question, "And which of those three did the Father's will?" he had to say, "My enemy. My enemy did the will of the Father." And Jesus says, "That's right. Go and do the same." Support our spoken word by our deeds. Don't just say we're Christians. Live as Christians. Let's profess our faith.